Hello, welcome to the program Sports Preview on Bua Community Voice, a platform that makes sure that you get all the information that you'll be needing when it comes to sports. It is probably sponsored by our friends at MaxBet, that is to say www.maxbet.ng. And to talk about another interesting topic on the program today, I am Oji of the Double O. On this program today, we're looking at the CAF Awards. In fact, a lot of persons had their own, but I felt like my best part of that award was the fact that it was a hat-trick of awards for Chiamaka Nnadozie, the Super Falcons goalkeeper. So I'll be finding out what the crew think about that award, because I know a couple of persons who feel like some awards were not deserving. I was thinking Mo Salah would have gotten the African Best Player of the Year, but he went to Achraf Hakimi. We'll talk about the award entirely and all of that. So to do all of this, I am flanked by the man Podolski. Podolski, you have high expectations about Nigeria going to the World Cup. All of that are in the trash at the moment. Yes. And also to add the spice, behind successful men, there is always a woman. Chiwendo chop loco this time. Chiwendo, good to have you back.
Thank you.
The way you're twinning with Bonfrey. Okay. And of course, Bonfrey Joe completes the team. Good to have you all here. It's interesting that we're talking about the CAF Awards. I feel like the CAF Awards is beginning to gather momentum every other year after year. I feel like there's something Musepe is doing that is quite different from what Issa Hayatu and the rest of all of the presidents that have been in charge of the Confederation of African Football in the past have done. Maybe, let's say, it's becoming a merit award somehow. But we all know and we all agree that in every award, there must be situations where some person feel like, like we saw with Esther Okoronkwo, who actually said that good players are known for what they do on the pitch and not about award. You have to merit it, and all of those drama that came out from the final nomination. But let me also inform you that Moroccan football made an emphatic statement, at the CAF Awards in 2025 in Rabat, as defender Achraf Hakimi was named African Player of the Year, becoming the first defender to win it in 52 years. I can remember when Cannavaro, the Italian defender, centre-back after the World Cup in Germany, became the world best. No thanks to the head boots from Zinedine Zidane of that particular year on Materazzi. I don't know. I'm still waiting for the day a goalkeeper will be the best player in any confederation.
But they have the category.
Yeah,
so I think that I've already surpassed.
And I still feel like
other issues.
I still feel like in the nearest future there will be categories for the best midfielders, the best it should be,
because it's really not really. It's really like it's this award is
doesn't look ideal. Yes, when
because they are the one that scored the goals. So there is, but there are people who do the main job.
The midfield,
just like I always cry for Vertia, because he really deserves to win the Ballon d'Or.
Well,
it's a topic for another day.
Topic for another day as well. We'll see what happened. Back-to-back near misses in 2023 and 2024 when Osimhen and Adema Lookman edged him out, Achraf Hakimi to get that award. But this time, Moroccan football are saying yes. We also need to, on this program, look at Moroccan football and what they're doing right, because remember, they were the host of the last AFCON. They are going to host again, and virtually all the African Cup competitions are going to Morocco. They are clamoring to host the World Cup, talking about going in pairs with Spain and the other countries that are very close to that Mediterranean. You look at all of these and you find out that something good can actually come out of Africa, especially with what they've done with their football at all cadres, at all age grade football, the national team getting to the semi-final, and we must also commend them for giving Africa the number 10 slots that we are fighting for, because it was because they got to the semis that it was so. So we look at all of these and look at it also. And meanwhile, the African best player for women is Chebak, another Moroccan. Yes. So
the captain.
We must also talk about how well that they've been able to perform and sweep all of these awards. So let me run you down to the list of the awards and how it went. The Player of the Year for men is Achraf Hakimi. Player of the Year for women is Ghislaine Chebak. Goalkeeper of the Year is Yasin Bono. Yasin Bono, well respected. If you actually watch the FIFA Club World Cup, you will see Yasin Bono and what he's doing in Saudi Arabia, and that is what you get. And with the Moroccan national team, we saw just every other time.
You saw what he did in Spain before he left.
And also the Moroccan team, they don't concede goals, and we can also attribute that to Yasin Bono, a very good goalkeeper in his class. Chiamaka Nnadozie, the award just started. 3 times they've done the award, and 3 times it's Chiamaka Nnadozie. And with what she's doing at Brighton and Hove Albion, I can tell you for a fact that it's looking like she's going to be the one.
I mean, of course, she's going to win it, but it's for me, coming from the female side, I think it's a little bit sad because if you look at the people that she was nominated with, there is no competition there.
And I feel like they might be naming that award the Chiamaka Nnadozie award over the years.
Because there was no competition, and of course, we are going to say that. We're going to use the Nations Cup also to
She did not concede most goals
to judge. No, I'm talking about the next year, 2026 that is coming up. It's still going to be the same thing. But for me, my own cry for Nigeria is who will be the next Chiamaka Nnadozie, because we are not preparing. Remember, Chiamaka Nnadozie came into limelight from the under 17 to under 20, and I look at the under 17 cadre, look on the 20 cadre. I'm not seeing a possible replacement, but it's sad because this is the same problem we are facing with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Before the emergence of Stanley Nwabali, we were looking for Uzo came, we saw him, Okoye came, we were looking for a regular starter until Nwabali. Now we don't have. If Chiamaka gets injured, we're not thinking for the future. If Chiamaka gets injured, I tell you, there's no second.
Well, we'll see what happens, and one of the things that makes a big tree like the Iroko is that you can't replant them. Sometimes they come all by themselves, and in those kind of situations, it's never very easy. We know countries like Germany where they have this routine of creating goalkeepers of a certain level. Our football is not yet in that maybe level, but then you have a very strong point that this thing needs to be done. Youth Player of the Year is Otmane Imama for men. That we also look at the Women's Youth Player of the Year in Doha El Madani. Interclub Player of the Year, Ibrahim Mayele. We also saw what he did against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Mayele showed why he's Mayele. The Women's Interclub Player of the Year is Shamira Nabada. The Coach of the Year is Bubista. Club of the Year went to Pyramids. In fact, Pyramids is changing the dynamics of club football. I don't know how they came out and turning things around for the likes of Al Ali, dominating the Egyptian football, dominating Africa entirely. I feel like they need to be studied with what they're doing. Team of the Year is to the Moroccan national team under 20 football team, and I feel like it's deserved. The Team of the Year for women is for Nigerian women national team. But a lot of issues are coming out with giving a national team of the year to an under 20 side. Do you feel like it shouldn't be? I feel like when we talk about the national, the term national should maybe be talking about the.
I mean,
the biggest.
if you look at it national wise, there was no serious competition that was played. But Morocco under 20 went to the under 20 World Cup and won.
Conquered the world.
So I think
that was the reason.
And the reason why they gave it to Nigeria is because they won the Nations Cup.
Yes.
The WAFCON is deserved.
For the 10th time.
That's amazing. CAF Assistant Referee of the Year, Tabara Moji. I'm expecting to see Tabara Moji at the World Cup. This is what we've been looking out for. Africa should have those very interesting representatives to do it for us at all of the levels. I love the fact that awards are beginning to go to even referees, coaches. I feel like soon we'll be having like the best dietitian, the best doctors for the surgery, and all of that.
The best assistant coach.
Yes. Never mind, but I feel like everybody needs to be supported because we've seen situations where the roles. Okay, talk about set piece for a team like Arsenal. Talk about the man in charge. So you understand that it is someone's effort. The coach cannot take all of the glory for everyone's work. Because I was telling someone that the goalkeeper coach does selection for the goalkeeper before the coach will do the final work, because he's the one working with them.
But once you give it to the coach, it means you're giving it to the entire coaching team.
The entire coaching.
I think that's like
Okay, and that is why in the nearest future we'll have people spring up like Ateta from Pep Guardiola. We have a Vincent Kompany spring
of
up.
course.
Because
Maresca came out from Pep Guardiola too.
So a lot of them, about 5 of them also.
Yeah, they are called
And they are doing well.
the Pep Guardiola products.
Yeah.
But let's get into the awards. I feel like let's start off with, is there any award here, any name on the list that you feel like shouldn't be?
For me, let me come in with the junior for the women. I was expecting the Nigerian, the 17-year-old that plays for Bayelsa Prince to get something out of that.
Who is that?
That's what's her name? Kafayatu Moshood.
Okay.
Moshood.
You feel like
She taking Nigeria to the women's that's African women's nations cup. She got everything to do in that she did everything well. As a 17-year-old, she was giving it back to back. But I was from someone at the age of 20 years old from Morocco to get it for me.
Okay, I feel like they need to come
Yes.
in the age.
Yes,
Right? What's your take on that one?
I think I'll disagree with you.
Yeah, the fact that you struggle with
I've
the men
been-
alone.
Having followed women football for over 15 years, I'll tell you, we're looking at you don't just look at what they bring, the goals they score. You also look at what they bring into the football. This is the same player that played for the national team. She played for the 20, played for national team, and there's such player who can find a starting shirt with Morocco national team, even in the Women's Nations Cup. I think that player at age 20, I think she deserves the award. There is nobody. If you had said Afolabi, I would have agreed with you because Afolabi played with the WAFCON team. Yes, joined them to go for the Nations Cup. But you saying Moshood, I mean.
Okay, well, before you have anybody you feel like is not deserving to be on the list?
No, if it's from the Morocco national team, most of the players they are good.
Now, I mean the entire list that we have of all of the
I'm
awardees.
okay with that.
Okay, so let's look at the exclusion of Esther Koroko from the final three. Do you think it was trying to clear the path for Cheba, as a lot of Nigerians?
Of course, because the moment I saw the finalists and I saw Ajibade, a lot of people were clamoring and saying Ajibade will win because she won the best player for the tournament. I just laughed. We are looking at consistency. Chebak has been consistent. This is a back-to-back finals that they are going into. They played against South Africa. They lost against South Africa, played against Nigeria, lost, and Chebak was instrumental in both tournaments. We're talking about a club side, she's not giving. No, we're not talking about goals. We're saying consistency, and we're saying what did you bring, the quality you bring into the squad. That's what we're talking about. Ajibade is a good player, no doubt, but the moment Esther Okonkwo was removed, because we all know Esther Okonkwo was the engine of the Super Falcons team throughout the WAFCON. We saw what she brought into the game, and so the moment she was eliminated, I just knew it's going to go.
Okay, now do you feel, being a Nigerian side, Chebak and Esther Koroko head to head?
I'll give it to Esther Okonkwo because quality wise, we see what Esther Okonkwo brings into the squad. We see her track back, see her go forward, and see her assisting and see her scoring goals. Chebak is no doubt a very fantastic player, but you cannot pair her with Esther Okonkwo anytime, anything.
So you feel like
I disagree with you.
you feel like Esther Okonkwo elimination is the only downside.
It was only because Ajibade. I mean,
Ajibade was not in her form this
it's not about
She
being
was
form.
the player of the tournament in the
player of the
AFCON.
tournament, but how many of the match?
And Esther Okonkwo was in the WAFCON.
Yes,
She came on top. What are you saying?
Apart from
What
that,
are you saying?
Let's bring it now. Ajibade has been fantastic. Mind you, she played for Atletico Madrid and she's been
Fantastic.
I think this season going into the WAFCON was the best season for her, Ajibade. But you see what the coach did was play her outside and normal terrain, and so that alone
She's trying.
she's trying.
in a position that is not a natural position.
But you know, I would not even give her. I wouldn't have given her the best player of the tournament. I would have given it to Esther Okonkwo. But the difference is that Esther Okonkwo starts the game.
How many?
That's the difference.
You must also check how many man of the match, because you are a player of the tournament by how many man of the match awards that you amassed.
We're looking at so what did Ajibade bring into the team?
No,
I'm not saying she's not. No, don't get me wrong. She's a fantastic player. Anytime, any day, she's also my friend. Yeah. Anytime, any day, I'll give it to her. But we are saying a player who comes from the bench, assists and score. That we're talking about the quality.
But there's a saying that if you're starting from the bench, you're not that good to start, because if you're that good to start,
you know why? I have a problem with Justin Madugu. He knows that. The problem I have with Justin Madugu is because he did not believe in the quality of Okoronkwo. Why? It's because Randy Wendrop was the one who started with these ladies. Even at a point, Anozie position was even questioned. If not that Nigerian media came up and was arguing about it. That is the reason why you see her being in that team. There was a lot of things that was going on in that team. But during the start of the game, you saw that she was on the bench. Then you brought her a lot of media cry. So you have a quality player like this, and she's sitting on the bench. That is the reason why we saw Esther more often in that team. If not for Justin Madugu, she would be sitting on the bench.
Is Esther? I'm coming. Is Esther fantastic? Esther is one of the most technically gifted players in that Super Falcons team. You know why? He started cadet football with the Three Lionesses of England. And if you play cadet football for a technically gifted team like the English team at that level, you will be technically sound. I mean, from throwing to your passes to your finishing, your entire view about the round of that game is going to be wonderful. Now, if you talk about Ajibade, who started football from Nigeria, you know, had that our kick and follow, bully of Madugu's mentality. For her to metamorphose into what she is now, and we have seen her in different terrain. I don't think there's any position in the field of play that Ajibade cannot play.
She's good, except for defense anyway.
No, I think defensively he can track back even than Okoronkwo will.
Yes.
Now, so I for one feel like Okoronkwo's time will come. Maybe the next WAFCON.
No, but are you saying Ajibade
had a wonderful WAFCON than Esther Okoronkwo, in my opinion, because the job that Ajibade was doing is the job that I call a ghost worker job.
It's everywhere.
The kind of job that a player like Fletcher was doing at Manchester United. You will never see them, but they are doing the work. That's the kind of work Rodri was doing for Manchester United and Manchester City until he got injured. They will play games, and they might not touch the ball. They might mark the space only for the entire 90 minutes, but they are the reason you're playing, because they are giving freedom to whoever that is playing, and that is an Ajibade. So I feel like those who were in charge of judging the man of the match were seeing things that I saw during those games.
Take it away. Take away that quality Ajibade brings into this.
And for Ajibade to beat Chebak in the player of the tournament, in a tournament that was the
don't forget Chebak was the captain.
Because Nigeria lost. So assuming Nigeria lost to Chebak.
Now this is now having back to saying Esther Okoronkwo over Ajibade. I felt like it would have been Chebak, Esther Okoronkwo, Ajibade.
Yes, that's how it should.
But there wouldn't have been Chebak, Okoronkwo, another person without Ajibade. That's the point I'm trying to make here.
Okay, Ajibade, no doubt, I will say
deserving.
Don't forget that Chebak won the Golden Boot.
No doubt, and deserving to be on.
And before you come in again, let me state this clear. I said it the last time we talked about the FIFA Pro 11, and also we talked about the Ballon d'Or. For every player nominated in the last time is deserving to win it. What is going to make the difference are very little details, and those little details comes with popularity, style of play, finesse. But if you are in a final three of a football nomination, you are as good as the person that will win it.
No doubt, the three players that were nominated deserving. But when people questioned Chebak winning it, I always say consistency. Ajibade for me is a very wonderful player.
She had a battle with injuries.
Yes,
that was why I said she was not that consistent.
Yes, because number one is that
she was not consistent.
For somebody,
the finals is like she was really
she was played out of
she
position.
and Ajibade is a fantastic player. I will never take it away from her. She is a good player. Even in Atletico Madrid, we also what she brought into that squad. Even letting her go was difficult for Atletico Madrid. And then you bring in an Ajibade who played out of position but still find a way to get into that team. That's to tell you that she has quality in her. But for me, you will not bring in an Ajibade and bring in an Esther Okoronkwo. We're talking about technicality, not about more physical football. We're talking about technicality, tactical football. Everything is embedded. And like you said, the difference is clear. One was born and brought up and breaded in Nigeria. One was born and brought up and breaded in Europe. So there's a difference. It will always come and it will always tell. That's why Esther Okoronkwo has this quality. But for me, Ajibade, I will not take it away from her. For her to be braided here and still give this quality she brings and put on the table, it means she's a good player.
Yeah, very well. And like I said and I maintain, I think Esther Okoronkwo's time will come to North African football.
Surely.
If without injuries, if she stays the way she's going,
with this kind, with our kind of coach, with this our kind of coach. I mean, let's not be is that I this coach for me, I'm not seeing the technicality, I'm not seeing the pattern. Can we really say that Super Falcons had a pattern in the World Cup?
For me, it was an individual. That's the passion of the team too. Let's get this. This is the.
That is the point.
That was passion.
The players called themselves. They talk to themselves and say, "Let's do this." But for me,
that's the coach. That's the topic for another day. We'll talk Super Falcons maybe very close to the tourney. But let's talk about Morocco. I think we'll take it one after the other. Something is working for Morocco. The achievements in the last 3 years. Let's say in the last 3 years. I mean, on the last 4 years. Let's go back to 2022 because they took the world by storm in Qatar, and I feel like the weather was friendly for them. It felt like home. They had something working for them. Although along the line they said it's not for Africa, it's for the Arabian world. We saw the drama that played out. What are they doing? Champions of the world at under 20 level. Remember, Nigeria is yet to win at that level. We are the best at the under 17 level. We've not been able to create it at that under 20 level. Ghana did it at under 20 level. We've been in the final before at under 20 level. I can remember. And then Morocco now. We saw them at back-to-back finals at the WAFCON. We saw them at the African Cup of Nations. We saw them at the qualification to the World Cup. They just completed World Cup qualification. What are they doing right, in your own opinion? Now, where do you think Nigeria needs to start? Need to start emulating this Moroccan FA, this Royal Football Association of Morocco, with getting our football right. Because the stadium Nigeria played their game against Gabon and Congo, a new one, they are building facility. They are not just developing facility-wise, they are developing football-wise. Their tourism sector is widening, the hotels are top-notch, something is working. Then football-wise, they are dominating. Best player male, best player female, they've got the best team under 20 boys. What are they doing?
Even in Africa, I think they're number one recently.
So what are they doing?
I think at this point, the FA, I will applaud them because Morocco football, it's not like they have been doing bad of late or if you're proud to this time. They have been doing well, but there's this force that they put into football and it's yielding results. We also it is in the semi-finals at the World Cup. We were like, this is just a one-off. But we're beginning to see, as time goes by, we're seeing development. We're seeing them in under 20. We saw them what they did. In fact, in Africa, I can tell you they dominated. Because, I mean, a team that came to the finals, I'm talking for the women that came to the final and we were like, what's happening in Morocco? Because that's the first time they will be going to the finals. Morocco. And so I was like, okay, it's just a one-off thing. And then they came back again to the semi-final. I mean, I was talking to someone. I said, don't be surprised in the 2026 Nations Cup, the WAFCON, they will win it. And so, no, Super Falcons. And I said, no, because there's this thing. I'm sure the coach has gone back, maybe he take again over and over again and say, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I can do, and get the trophy. I think it's really amazing that they are developing their football at this point in time. I don't think they should be measured with Africa. Right now, they are measuring between Europe, and there's something that they are doing, and that's building facilities. You're making football recruitive. You're making football look attractive to people. You're bringing investment into.
Understanding that football is business.
You're bringing a lot of investment in football, and that's showing growth. And it will definitely tell these people are using modern facilities. And so you cannot expect people who use modern facility to play, to train and then go to Europe and flop. There's no way it's going to be possible. I mean, we also saw that even in the WAFCON qualifiers, the Super Falcons played against Benin. I was surprised that we were seeing when the facility that they gave them for training, it was not something to write home about. And if you come to Nigeria, how many of our facilities do we have that we can say it is world standard? Apart from the Godwin Akpabio Stadium that we normally go to play our qualifiers. Where else? We're talking about the capitals of the Nigeria, the capital of Nigeria. We don't have the standard recognized FIFA standard field. I mean, we're talking about Lagos, a place that is well dominated, a place that is well known. In fact, if you ask most people, they know about Lagos. With all the industrialization going on there, we don't have a standard FIFA stadium. It's not something to smile, it's not something to write home about. It's something that we should go in and ask ourselves, what are we not doing? Like, is it the same FIFA?
Because you president and president. First of all, the first issue we have is the government.
But as much as we know where the Nigeria problem is, I want to know what you figured out that you feel is where the success story
that is
of Morocco.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Because I want us to
because I remember
when
when the military, that's the time of Abacha, when you had Webster of coming as a coach. You saw how the Super Eagles, the junior teams were doing back then in 1994. That was the history where Nigeria made history in 1994. When you saw that, if you check that, just check all those, then you understand that the present Moroccan team is just the government that is doing it.
Okay, I get you. Because I feel like
they are developing
the government, a lot lies on
the government wants. Because they're seeing the football.
For sports and all.
They're seeing the football.
Also, sorry to continue. There was a time there was a protest in Morocco that they said they're spending too much on football and sports, and they're seeing
the football. Because if they host the World Cup that they are planning on, you see turnover.
Yeah,
many people will show them. People will come in. Even this Nations Cup that they're going to host, they are giving a free. It's not a free visa.
You're very right about the government, because for the government to give free e-visas to everyone who wants to come for the AFCON is so huge that when I read the news, I felt like I need to be in Morocco, and that's. Yeah, because sometimes it opens up the country when the sports ministry pushes and gets things done, or the FA, you now see the country use visa issues and stifle the entire tournament, and they won't still get that result. But when you have the Royal Football Federation working in tandem, hand in hand with the government, like you pointed out, things are going to go smoothly, because I feel like that government support, and then away from government support, being well managed by the FA itself. Yes. Because I feel like our budget for sports is huge and massive as Nigeria, but it's about management.
Yes.
Now, when they are going to select your son, because you say, hello, I have a son, Oji, he can play football, please draft him into the squad. And the coach that is drafting Oji into the squad is yet to meet him. He can't even tell if this person has got one leg or two. No, we're talking about physical appearance.
Yes.
Is this person with two legs? But the person is in the squad. There's a boy in the street of Obisi playing very good football but can't be picked.
I mean, we all saw it in the under 20. We all saw what happened in the under 20s. I mean, we get after this. Even in Chan, when at a point, I'm sure in Chan will be like, why did I even come? Because at a point, Sudan, I mean, we see the result against Sudan, and I'm looking at this Chan, and people are saying these people came from the league now. Why they are? What I'm saying.
Have they played together?
It's not about being played together. Is this our best?
Is this the best?
Is this the best for our league?
All the positions.
When Nigeria had a league, back then, that's when Enyimba was still playing the Confederation Cup of African League.
And winning.
We were winning it.
No, I think one of the things that we may talk about is when you don't prepare well, you don't expect to get the best.
So
Because now in Nigeria, let's say what is happening to us now. Now we always fail to prepare. Even this World Cup qualifying, before they even start, I was hearing the bonus. They do not agree on the amount to pay and the rest. If you don't agree with the players, and second, thirdly, government interference, like you stated earlier, you can't be telling me that I must play this player. Some of them, they do well in their club, but when they come to
National team,
they are nowhere to be found. Now I watched the qualifier when Osimhen was out of the game. I don't even know what we're playing. We're just okay, let's go and try luck. Now when you watch the Moroccan league, they don't have a superstar. They don't have a star in that team. If they are removing Hakimi, somebody's there to replace him. If the goalkeeper is not there, somebody's there to replace him. Now from the under 17, we are pushing you to the under 20. Now see how it's going now.
They're developing
themselves.
if they are under 20 team can win the World Cup, then let's know that they are eyeing the league.
Yes.
It's under 23. Just move these boys to the under 23. If they don't win it, they will get to the semis. Then move them to the national team.
what's the guarantee that even this Nations Cup, they will not even be
Okay. Now imagine me and you played under 17. Now we are on under 20. What do you think? What do you think?
What do you think? Nigeria has not been consistent when it comes to. You see someone that played under 17. When he gets to under 20, he's gone.
Because he's not 17 when he's under 17.
The legs are gone.
He wasn't 17 when he under 17.
Let's see.
Let's not go into that.
Better to tell ourselves.
Even the Moroccan national team, they have
They
they have discipline there.
I mean, look at Mikel. No, sorry. Mikel Obi played with not even Mikel Obi played with Messi. The same category.
And now
Messi played. And now Mikel Obi has retired.
Why would you talk about Hazard? Why would you talk about Hazard? Why is Hazard retired? It's about how much your body can carry. Because
if our own most times our body carries us not so far.
Well, anyway, one of the episodes we talk about age falsifying in African football and of course in the rest of the world. A couple of persons, one of my friend was talking about in Buemo, saying same goodness happening. What are you saying? So what of that?
Can Bomo continue like this in the next
5 years?
We never can tell Iron Robin was looking old but was young.
Yeah.
So I feel like
even Ruben himself.
but even yes, I think I will agree.
Yeah, so it's possible. Yeah, it's very possible. So what we'll do is that we check.
After all, Lukaku, he's looking
he's
a little bit older, but he has got at his picture when he was.
Don't forget the person that won the women best player is 35 years. We don't take it away from her. She's 35 years.
So this is what football gives you. Football, but I feel like Morocco needs to be studied, and I recommend, just like during the last election when one of the contestants was going from country to country to study what they do and how they achieve. I feel like the Nigerian Football Federation needs to start thinking about what is working in Morocco, because whatever is working in Morocco, it can be replicated here.
And I don't
got the manpower.
To be honest, I don't think they don't know what's working for Morocco.
They know.
I think I will tell you they know. But it's implementing.
On a very good day, we'll talk about FAs of countries, the football management of countries.
Well, yeah,
because we have to start. Even our nearest neighbor, the Cameroonians. You saw what is happening. You are seeing what
Samaneto is doing good work.
Samaneto is taking over.
Go to the World Cup anyway. But all the same, this is the much that we will take on this episode. Don't forget that the program is proudly sponsored by our friends at MaxBet. It's www.maxbet.ng. Chimando, I can't thank you enough for being a part of this one. Thank you so much, Bonfrey Joe, and thank you so much, Podolski. If you let us, we'll go on and on because the CAF Awards, like I said, is gathering momentum, and we all agreed on one thing that the award is deserving for all of those who got it. Just for Chimando, who pointed out that Esther Okoronkwo and Esther Okoronkwo.
She didn't make the top 3.
Yeah, Esther Okoronkwo. I think Esther.
Well, she made the top 3.
No,
Yeah, Hannah?
no, it's Alozie.
Okay. So Esther Okoronkwo not making the final 3 is the only thing that she felt like she should be there. And but we all need to understand that it's all about voting and picking and all of that. And I feel like her time will come because they know her now. So I feel like in the next AFCON and in the coming season, she can get into the high horses and do us proud. We are happy with where things are going in Africa, and I feel like maybe this 2026 next year, Africa might win the world football wise. Who knows? Because we are screaming about Morocco, and we are hoping that when they win the World Cup, they will be saying
It's for the
Arab world and not win for Africa. All the same, thank you very much. My name is Oji Confederation. Say Nadis.